order and ask everybody to stand for the pledge. It's Miss Ely to lead us, and followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Amen. We have a motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next is recognition. Mr. Dean.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I think we have Ms. Belcher here with us tonight to recognize District 7 All-District Choir students, so I'll turn it over to Ms. Belcher.
Thank you so much. I would like to recognize the following Lee County Chorus students that were selected for the Virginia Choral Directors Association's District 7 Honors Chorus. Our districts are made up like our superintendent's districts. There are 15 counties and 5 cities school divisions, including, last count, 55 schools. Each student had to audition individually for a spot in one of the all-district choirs. Their audition consisted of a prepared art song solo and a sight reading exercise. The sight reading exercise tends to be the most challenging part because you have 30 seconds to study the example before you're asked to perform it at sight. The students that I have here that were selected for the junior high all-district chorus, which is made up of 6th through 8th grade, is Jasmine Cowden, an 8th grader at Lee High School, and Logan Hay, an 8th grader at Lee High School. And students that were selected for senior high all-district chorus, which include 9th through 12th grade, are Samantha Cavan, 11th grade student at Thomas Walker High School, Madeline Taylor, 12th grade student at Lee High School. She could not be here due to illness tonight. And Trinity Tedder, 11th grade student at Thomas Walker High School. I'd also like to mention that Samantha Cavan and Madeline Taylor participated in the Virginia Tech Honors Choir in October. And in addition, these 2 students auditioned this past fall for UVA-Y's music faculty and were awarded a scholarship should they choose to major or minor in music at UVA-Y's.
Come on up and face this way so they get you on the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Parents and guardians can get pictures.
And finally, I'd like to mention that Samantha Cavan, wave Samantha, she was selected by an additional audition as a District 7 delegate for the All Virginia All-State Choir. That will take place in Richmond in April. So we want to thank you for your support of these students and for your continued support of the vocal and choral music programs in the county. Thank you.
Good job, congratulations. Mr. Chairman, next I'd like to say that February is School Board Appreciation Month, and I can't say how much that I appreciate working with all of you all and how much that you all do for the students and the division. I was sitting there today working on some stuff, thinking about all the things that we have done together, the roofs, so many different things that we have done to improve the schools, and that's with your all's direction. I just want to say thank you, and I know some of you picked up your things that the schools sent for you all in honor of school board appreciation, but we do appreciate everything that you all do and for the division and for the students. Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to say that February the 17th through the 21st is School Board Clerk Appreciation Week. We've got our clerk and deputy clerk with us here tonight. It's Karen Combs and Ms. Jessica Phipps. They don't like to be in the spotlight, but we appreciate everything that they do, getting the board meetings ready, getting all the materials together. Even if I forget things, they'll run out there and make some copies for us. But really do appreciate they work a lot behind the scenes, and appreciate everything they do to help the school system move forward. And last but not least, tonight is our last night for the current student representatives, John and Riley, and I want to say thank you so much. Sometimes when you start stuff, you don't know how it's going to turn out, but both of you all have made this a success.
Amen. I agree.
Certainly have.
We appreciate your all's input, your updates every month, and just being willing to do this. I think it helps everyone see that the kind of student, the kind of citizen, and everybody that we're turning out, I think we'll be in good hands as we get older, that you all can lead us and take care of us and move Lee County in the right direction. So I want to say thank you all. I think, John, you have your replacement here tonight. Do you want to introduce?
Yeah, my replacement, Ian Sandifer. He's a junior at Thomas Walker. I think he's going to do great things. Yeah, definitely.
And nothing else, we'll get Elvis impersonation. And Riley, I don't know if Maya is here.
Yeah, she's here. She's right there hiding in the back.
Okay, I didn't see her back there, so I want to introduce her.
Yeah, she's gonna, her name's Maya Maria. She's a senior at Lehigh too, and she's gonna do a great job. Maya and I work a lot together in school and outside of school, and she's gonna do great.
So I think you all set the bar high, and we really appreciate what you all have done for us.
Yeah.
Forget everything that Riley taught you, Maya. Don't bring that in here, okay?
That's all I have in recognition, Mr. Chairman.
Do we have any public comment? Anything? No? Next, board comments. Any board comments?
I want to congratulate all of our fire folks. They have done a good job, and this is not just the first year that they've done well. They have continued year after year, done very well and represented Lee County, and awesome job there. And I wish you the best in upcoming events. John and Riley, thank y'all for your service to the student representatives to the board, and I encourage you to stay involved and don't be strangers. Come and join us sometime. So thank y'all for both of your services.
I agree with what you said.
Yes.
I appreciate you young men coming to join us, and just show the interest.
Yeah.
And I thank our board for getting into this.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
It's something we can
It's
build on.
a good idea, and I believe they've done well. And I appreciate what they said, when they opened up and tell us what's going on here at the school and stuff. I don't ever know, and I appreciate that. I really, you know where I'm stuck. But I do appreciate the boys for doing what they're doing. These two young folks that's coming together are coming up next. I'm sure they'll do a fine job also. We want to welcome y'all.
And to be the first student representatives, we got really lucky as a board to have you two guys, so appreciate what you've done. Yeah. All right.
And just remember, you're the first ones that started this and representing your schools, and that's what it's about, having communication with our students and students with us. So we appreciate you all, and just know that we've had a good time with you and just enjoyed having you this year.
Amen.
And I think both of you have a few gifts in the back as well.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the consent agenda. I'll ask for a motion on the consent agenda for approval of minutes from the January 9th, 2025 regular meeting, approval of claims and expenditures, approval of a field trip, Lee County Career and Technical Center, Best Shell, block and bridle livestock judging contest at Virginia Tech, 2/21/25, and Thomas Walker High School, Jessica Trent, FBLA State Conference in Reston, Virginia, on April 2nd, 2025. Approval of disposal of surplus property per school board policy DN, disposal of surplus items. And last but not least, approval of authorization for the division superintendent to fill vacancies existing or occurring between February 13th, 2025 through March 13th, 2025. Do we have a motion?
So
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Any reports of the board? None. Any reports of the student representatives?
Absolutely.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to be joining you all for my last school board meeting. Clubs at Thomas Walker have continued to keep students engaged. This week has been FBLA week. They've hosted a penny war to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association, a great cause. They're also taking up travel-sized toiletry donations for homeless in Millsboro, just keeping communities that are close but not as connected, engaged with each other. And today for FBLA was Community Service Day. So members cleaned the cafeterias after every lunch period just to help out, the lunch ladies in the school, because they do so much for students. FCCLA members are going to the Lee Health and Rehab Center February 26th. The members are delivering adult bibs for the members or the residents at the Rehab Center. And they're also going to make crafts with residents, just to really broaden those residents' day, you know, and give the members of the club a sense of community, you know. Even, you know, some of us might end up there, you know, we would appreciate something like that. And then FFA, sorry, has their week next week. They're planning a hat day and a day for students to make dog toys for a local animal shelter. For Hat Day, they will take up donations or money to wear a hat. They'll take $1, and then they'll take the proceeds and donate them to a local animal shelter. And ROTC is hosting a blood drive on the 17th. The blood drives are great. You know, they're vitally important. You know, without blood drives, we wouldn't have the blood to keep people alive in hospitals. So I really appreciate GRTC's work with the March Blood Drive. I also want to show appreciation for the board for this opportunity. You know, I really can't express enough how great this has been, how much it's taught me. I'm sure how much it's taught Riley. I'm looking forward to see how Ian does, and Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they do. I'm sure they'll do great. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Not a lot's going on at Lehigh right now. Like John said, our FFA is planning to celebrate FFA week next week. I'm not sure what they have planned yet. And then at the end of the month, February 27th, I believe, our DECA club will be traveling to Virginia Beach to compete in the state competition. So that'll go from the last day of February till the first week in March. And then we had, our basketball team has been doing really good, our boys specifically. We won against Union, which is a really big deal at Lehigh the other night, and tonight they're playing Ridgeview, so hopefully we'll win that as well. And I also just wanted to show appreciation for the board for truly taking on this opportunity and embracing this new experience and allowing John and I the opportunity to truly understand the inner workings of what it is you guys do, because you guys work for us, and so it's good to know that it's good to know what you guys are doing. So thank you guys a lot.
I like the way he put that.
Report from the division superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. February is Career and Technical Education Month. I want to say how proud I am of our Career and Technical Education Center. We got a lot of good programs going on there. The food that was provided to you all tonight was from Miss Ann Graham in the culinary class. I think, you know, we need to emphasize career and technical education as much as we can, continue to grow those programs. So I want to recognize that. February the 3rd through the 7th is National School Counselors Week. We have some wonderful school counselors across the division. They do a whole lot more than they used to with mental health challenges and just some of the problems that students have, and they help with that. So I want to appreciate all of those school counselors. February the 5th was World Read Aloud Day, so we want to recognize that and the importance of reading and teaching students to read. February the 15th is School Resource Officer Appreciation Day. We have two good school resource officers, Tim Deal at Thomas Walker and Roger Gates here at Lee High School. And then February the 24th through the 28th is National Public Schools Week. I can't say how much I think public schools are important and what we do. I mean, you see how I think we've got some young men and a young lady that's going to be here before too long that, you know, we impacted their lives and how important it is that we do that. And like Riley said, we work for them, so we got to make sure we do a good job. Next, I know I've given you all updates on instructional hours. I applied for a waiver from Winter Storm Blair, the days that we missed because, you know, we had the snow and then we had the ice on the roads that just would not go away. We did get that waiver approved, so we're back in good shape on the number of instructional hours for this school year. We've used 4 virtual days, so we still have 6 of those. So hopefully we won't have to use any more, but I will tell you that this weekend and next week is not looking promising for the weather. Enrollment, we finished January with 2,765. This was down 5 from this time last month. You have quite a bit of turnover, like I said, with foster students, so we're still above the 2730 that we based the budget on. I informed Mr. Leonard, Mr. Wright, and the others at that workshop the other night that we were still above that. Just want to make sure they had an update. Operations update and transportation update is in your packet. One thing I will say about transportation, I want to thank the guys that have been helping run the roads. We have over 600 miles of roads in Lee County. We definitely can't run them all every morning, so we kind of know where the spots are that are bad, but it does usually take 3 or 4 of us to get out early in the morning to go run those. I know some people are not happy with the decisions we make sometimes, but we know that we have to be on the cautious side when we put those buses out on the road and our young drivers. And as big as I told you all Lee County was, the weather can be very different from one end of the county to another. You can have rain in one end and a couple of inches of snow in the other. And some people I don't think understand that. But I want to appreciate the transportation department for getting out there and making sure that all of our students are safe. I think that's all I have.
Do we have any unfinished business?
No, sir.
Next is action discussion items, and under A is action, if any, to approve the installation of traffic cameras to the front of Pennington Middle School by Pennington Gap Police Department.
Mr. Chairman, we were contacted by the Pennington Gap Police Department. Do we have a representative here tonight? Then I would ask that y'all not take any action. We asked that they come to kind of explain to you all what they were looking at doing. They wanted to install some traffic cameras in the front of Pennington. I don't know their specific purpose. I know I heard some license plate readers and some other stuff.
Well, I was going to say, I'm not for putting cameras on our property to give people tickets.
Well, that's why I encourage them to come and explain to you.
I don't know why else they want to do it, so they need to come. Do we need to discuss it tonight? Let's don't waste any time. All right.
I would take no action on it tonight.
Next action, if any, to approve grade classification changes at Lehigh, Pennington Middle, Jonesville Middle, Dryden Elementary, Elk Knob Elementary, St. Charles Elementary, and Flatwoods Elementary.
Mr. Chairman, I know we've talked about this multiple times, and this would involve moving the 8th grade from Lee High School back to Pennington Middle and Jonesville Middle. It would involve moving 5th grade back from the 2 middle schools to Dryden, Elk Knob, St. Charles, and Flatwoods. I think that everyone is pretty much in agreement that that is what is best for these students. I do think that we have some administrators that are worried that we won't have everything ready for the start of next school year. I believe we can, and I think that's what's best for our students. So my recommendation is to move 8th grade from Lee High School to Pennington Middle and Jonesville Middle, and move 5th grade from those schools to Dryden, Elk Knob, St. Charles, and Flatwoods, and not touching the grade classification of the 3 schools in the western end.
So do we have a motion either way?
Can I say something
Yeah.
first? When this first brought up, Mr. Dean, I've talked to all of you, I was against it. I really was. I thought we just gonna move 8th grade over to Lee High and we did that. Since then, I've met with the principals, I talked with the principals, met with a lot of the teachers, parents and stuff, and I come to realize, you know, I was bad wrong. I was bad wrong, you know. I was looking, and the people have told me, Gary, you know, you gotta get out of the 50s, and this is the 20s. You know, times have changed. Students have changed, you know, things have changed. And after talking with the principals and the teachers and a lot of these parents and stuff, I just feel, and talking with Mr. Dean and the rest of the folks, that and he, like he said, he feels that we can get everything done. The biggest concern with these elementary schools was, you know, can we get it done? Can we make room for these kids coming back? And Mr. Dean says he feels that our people can get it done. And everybody said that they feel that is the best move. Our kids need to come back. Our kids need to come back. So I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
Well, I would like to explain that most likely I'm going to vote against it, because what I was hoping for is the 8th grade would be brought back and then see a year or two what would happen, and then maybe move the 5th grade back. But, you know, I'm not raising a big stink about it. I did teach in first part of consolidation at 5 through 8, Jonesville Middle School, and it worked great. So that's why I want the public to know why I'm going to vote against it. I just think it's too big of a move. So
We can have more discussion, but do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, now any other discussion? I will say, kind of like Vera was saying, I'm gonna be a no vote. I went back and forth on this thing 100 times. Of course, I've got Jeremy back here at Jones Middle School. I talked to him about it, and he tells me what he thinks would be best. And then I talked to Dawn at Flatwoods, and she tells me what she thinks would be best, and they're not the same thing. And so I've got two constituents there that I want to do the best thing for, and certainly I love Jonesville and Flatwoods more than I love these schools in this county because of my family's history with them, but it'll work out. I'm going to lose this vote, but it'll work out, we'll all be okay. So, all in favor, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Vote passes 3-2. Now, do we have a motion to go into closed session?
I so moved.
Okay. We'll now, I'll second it. We'll now go into vote. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? We're now in closed session. Sorry about that. I should take my glasses off so I can read that.